right, as we start this episode of Sister Wives, for those who may not remember, or it's because it's been a while, and for those who maybe never saw it, there is a point where Kody and Meri's daughter calls Kody to a meeting with Meri and Kody because she wants to express her difficulties in attending the public school that she's attending. According to her, she'd rather go back to the private school that she had attended 5 years prior, which was basically a home school for Mormon kids where a group of people would all attend. It'd be all polygamous offspring that were attending this school, and it was taught by polygamists and Mormons. And the problem with that private school is that it's not accredited. So therefore, when the kids graduated at 12th grade, much like the spiritual marriages, they hold very little legal credulity. So they, instead of, coming out with a diploma, they would come out, then they would have to go back and take a test like a GED in order for them to get their high school diplomas. And Kody, wanting his kids to actually get a high school degree or high school diploma, wants to keep her in public school. So when she comes to him and says, "Dad, I'm having an issue with school. School is stupid. I don't like it. I hate going, Kody immediately dismisses the very idea that she's going to come out of the public school and go back to the private school. And one of the issues that I wanted to address as far as that was concerned isn't necessarily something Kody did absolutely wrong and he's a horrible person for doing it, but just something I wanted to kind of touch on. And it's the idea that as a parent, you always want to create an environment where your kids can come and have conversations with you, right or wrong. Their feelings are their feelings. One, you want to validate them having feelings and their ability to have feelings. Recognize the value in them recognizing their own feelings and holding their own feelings to account. If you feel like you don't like school, let's come in here, let's sit here and talk about it. What don't you like about school? What are you not enjoying? Is there an issue? Is there a problem? And it's the idea of foundationally, you want them to be able to trust themselves. And when they feel something or something is going on in their life that's not sitting right, you want them to be able to look at themselves and not require a third person or an outside person to come along and say, "Oh yeah, you're right. Those feelings are justified. Continue. Carry on." Like, you don't want them to do that. You want them, if they feel something and something strikes them wrong, to be able to say, "You know what, this doesn't feel right. This strikes me wrong. I don't like it," and stand on the fact that they don't like it, and that's enough for them. The second part of that, and this is a big part, you always want to try to make sure that you keep an open door for your kids to be able to come to you with anything. If there's something happening at school or something outside of school, you're hanging out with your friends and something happens, somebody says something or does something and it doesn't sit right with you, you don't have to come back to me and justify why you feel the way you feel. You feel the way you feel, that's fine. Let's talk about it. Something happened. What happened? Let's talk about it. And you want to always leave that door open, because as a parent, there's so many of us that want to try to control the decisions that our kids make. The truth of the matter is, these are autonomous human beings. They can do whatever they want to do. And they're going to do and make the decisions that they want to make. So we as parents, our job isn't to make decisions for them. My job as a parent, or at least in my interpretation of parenting, is to try to teach my kids that they have choices and how to make the best choice. You want to make choices not just in the short term, the things that feel good for you today, but you want to make choices, for your short term and your long term. You want to do things that, okay, maybe it doesn't feel good today, but I can see later on down the line where I'm going to get a benefit from it, like school. Like, it doesn't feel good today, but on graduation day, amazing. When you go and you graduate and you go for a job and you're able to slide that paper across the table, your resume, and it has your school on there, your diploma, and you can say, "I did that." Whether it's high school diploma or degree from wherever, whatever college, university, master's program, whatever, I did that. That's me. That's an accomplishment that I have. You want them to feel that and recognize that. So the short term and long term, you also want to have an opportunity where if something does happen with the young men and young ladies, they get into trouble. They have issues that happen. Life is happening around them all the time. And especially for many of us who grew up and, the internet came into existence when we were adults. Or we were relatively young ourselves and the internet came into existence. So for many of us, we're still learning how to deal with this digital world. So we want to open ourselves up to the possibility that our kids are coming across things that they may not know how to deal with. And they may seek that higher counsel, that person that they can trust and the person they can talk to. And one of the things that allows you to be the person that they can trust is for you to be able to have a conversation with them. Kody approached it like when she said that the school is stupid and she don't like going, he immediately shut her down and said, well, you like to go to public school. When I was a kid, so I thought school was stupid too. And I went anyway, and that's what I did. And that doesn't help her. That doesn't help her situation. Fine, that helped you. That's what you did. That's awesome. But that doesn't help her. You want to have a meeting of the minds with her. You want to listen to what she says and address what she says and talk about it. Oh, you're stupid? Why is it stupid? And what you may find that in some cases, not that this is Mariah's instance. That's not why I'm not jumping all over Kody. But in Mariah's, people or kids who find themselves in Mariah's instance, there may be things happening at school that they don't feel comfortable with. And they know it's wrong because of instinctually it doesn't feel right, but they can't put their finger on it. And as an adult, I may look at that situation and say, oh, the reason why you don't feel right about that is because Teacher Thomas or Mr. Johnson or Mrs. Smith isn't talking to you like you're a child. They're not talking to you or addressing you as though you're a young adult. They're talking to you as though you're an equal, a peer, or a sexual, potentially a sexual conquest. And so therefore, that's why it feels different to you. That's why it feels weird. When they have these conversations and they tell you and maybe they don't necessarily feel weird about it. And it feels normal. But you may look at that same situation and say, wait a damn minute. She's saying what? He's saying what? What did he do? Where did he put his hand in? When? And you may pick up on that. So you always want to leave that door open because you want to be able to protect your kids and give them the best opportunity to stay kids as long as they can stay kids. You don't want to have them run afoul of situations. I've always told my kids that no matter what you do, I want you to feel like you can always come in here and talk to me. Now, keep in mind, I am not Dexter's daddy. So if you go out and you start killing people, we calling the cops. And we're going to go talk to the police. I'm going to go with you. But we're talking to the police. Don't get it twisted. If you're doing the wrong thing, then you're going to have to deal with it. We're going to have to, but we're going to be responsible. And for my son, I would tell him this is part of growing to be a man. You do something wrong, you got to deal with your responsibilities. And I'm here to help you with that. And I'm here to talk you through it. I'm the one that you can lean on. I'm the one that you can cry on. For my daughter, same difference. If there's things that happen, things that you're just trying to decide for in your life, then I want you to feel like you can come and talk to me about it. And these are decisions that you don't have to make alone. And you try to leave that door open. So that's one of the observations I had as far as Kody dealing with his daughter. And it's very consistent as far as I can see in how he deals with his daughter to also how he deals with his wife. You are who you are, and that's pretty much consistent across the board. So if you are a crappy communicator with your spouse, you're probably going to be a crappy communicator with your kids. You're probably a crappy communicator with your boss or your employees. It is what it is. You are who you are. Let me know what you guys think down below. My name is James, and this is my take on reality. And I'm out. 'Cause I've been living life.